Is truck driving one of the best ways to lift yourself out of poverty? Well, for me, it really was one of the best ways. I don't know about the best way, but it was one of the best options for me, for sure. Back when I first started, or before I first started, my wife and I, we didn't have any money at all. I mean, we had money to just barely eat and do the minimums, you know, gas in the car, food on the table. Literally, we lived in a motorhome on a family member's property. We didn't have a lot going on. I wasn't really into whatever it was I was doing, which was a lot of construction back then. And I just didn't see a lot of room for advancement, you know, to where it was going to put us in a house or something like that. I mean, there is room for it, but, you know, when you're young, you want everything to happen like right now. And none of these other options looked like it was something that would happen right away or quickly. And so truck driving is one of the things that got brought up. And so I landed up looking into it, and there was a program I went through where it was paid for and I didn't have to pay any of it back. And I think it was a thing to the state or something. And so literally we went from having very little money to immediately making pretty good money. I think my first paycheck was like $800 for a week. Now keep in mind, this is like 21 years ago. So I mean, you know, $800 in a week meant a lot more than it does now. But little did I know that it wasn't just money that would lift us out of poverty. It was much more than that. You know, my work ethic was, you know, anything past 8 hours and you've asked too much of me, you know, or I didn't have it in me, or it's not that I didn't think I could do it, but I didn't want to, you know, there wasn't enough incentive there. Focus, yeah, try to keep that down to a minimum. And so when I started driving a truck, I realized pretty quickly that focus is like really important. Not just in what you do, but it's important in life. We should all be able to have the capabilities to focus on things, no matter what it is in life. And truck driving definitely showed me that. You know, besides the money, the focus, the want to get up in the morning and actually look forward to what you're doing. I started after the first couple of months, because that was hard, working those 14 hours a day. You know, I was miserable, I was grumpy, I was not in a good mood. Excuse me. But once I got past that and I started getting used to it, I actually liked it. I thought, this is the coolest thing. They're paying me to drive all over the United States and see all this stuff I'd never seen before. I'd only been to like one state. I think I went to Nevada. That was the only state I'd ever been to. Oh no, I take it back. I did take a plane ride out to Oklahoma and Texas, go visit my grandparents. But other than that, I hadn't seen the country. And literally, within the first couple of months, I'd been all over the United States. I wish I'd have kept better track of how quickly that took place. But it was within like 6 months, I had pretty much been to all the states. I think Maine was the only one I hadn't been to, or Alaska at that point. But all the rest of them, been through them, did it. And so this lifting out of poverty is also a mindset. And driving a truck changed my mindset. It made me realize that, well, you can do something you like. You can make a lot of money and not have, you know, like a college degree. You know, the traveling, you can see the country fairly quickly. And one of the things, just a side note, I realized just how small the world we live in is. After driving the United States for 6 months, you think, this isn't as big as I thought it was, which is kind of a cool realization. But basically my mindset on life and what I wanted to do was drastically changing in that first 6 months to a year. I wasn't thinking much about where I was going to go with this, the thing that was talked about the most was, well, you got to get a local job because you just simply can't have a life away from home, which there is a lot of truth in that. But, it seemed hopeless for the first year as far as me being home. That type of life seemed like it wasn't obtainable. But I just didn't have the information is all it was. As time went on, I realized, oh, there's a lot of options out here. Actually, I could do this and be home a lot. But it's going to take some effort. And so, like I said, this lifting out of poverty, it wasn't just money, but it was my mindset and my attitude really towards life. And so I think a lot of this is why truck driving is one of the best ways to pull yourself out of poverty. But here's something to keep in mind, that you can get your CDL, possibly not put any money out for it. You could be making money within the first, whatever it is, month or two. And after 30 months, you can go and apply, if you have a good driving record, don't get any accidents, you can apply for, like where I work at, Walmart. Now, these other trucking companies, they're saying you'll make anywhere from 45 to 50,000, probably more than that in your first year of working, without experience. Walmart themselves are saying that you can make up to $110,000 in the first year, as a first-year driver. So think about that. 30 months of driving, and you're in a job now where you're making over 6 figures a year without a college education and without any prior experience. How many jobs are you going to be able to do that with here in the United States? There's probably some, but it's not plentiful, I'll tell you that. So I think that this is one of the best ways. If someone is in a bad spot, they don't know what they're going to do, they just want to get on with their life and get things moving, and they're young and impatient like I was, truck driving may be one of your best options. Because if you're making $110,000 within your 4th year of driving, the chances of you owning a home and a nice car and some money in the bank are pretty good. And that's not a bad place to be when you've gone from having nothing to sitting in that position there within a 4-year period. So anyway, that's my little video for today, and just some stuff I was thinking about. Really, I think I was feeling kind of thankful for, all that's happened to me in the last 21 years. I've been driving for over 20, just going on 21 now. So, all right, if you want to use me as a referral, if you decide you want to work for Walmart, I'll put the information in the description. I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.